Certainly, Epicurus, the ancient Greek philosopher, had numerous insightful quotes that encompassed various aspects of life, pleasure, and the pursuit of happiness. These quotes encapsulate Epicurus' philosophy on life, friendship, happiness, and the pursuit of contentment. Of all the means to ensure happiness throughout the whole life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Of all the means which are procured by wisdom to ensure happiness throughout the whole of life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. We do not so much need the help of our friends as the confidence of their help in need. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our abundance. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. It is impossible to live a pleasant life without living wisely and honorably and justly, and it is impossible to live wisely and honorably and justly without living pleasantly. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. The time when most of you should withdraw into yourself is when you are forced to be in a crowd. The misfortune of the wise is better than the prosperity of the fool. Self-sufficiency is the greatest wealth. Is God willing to prevent evil, but not able? Then he is not. Omnipotent, is he able, but not willing? Then he is malevolent, is he both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why call him God? He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. It is better for you to be free of fear lying upon a pallet, than to have a golden couch and a rich table and be full of trouble. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confidence of their help. Natural justice is a symbol or expression of usefulness to prevent one person from harming or being harmed by another. If thou wilt make a man happy, add not unto his riches, but take away from his desires. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here, and when it does come, we no longer exist. If you wish to be rich, do not add to your money, but subtract from your desire. Vain is the word of that philosopher which does not heal any suffering of man. Of all the things that wisdom provides for living one's entire life in happiness, the greatest by far is the possession of friendship. The friendship of the wise is good. A wise enemy is better than a foolish friend. The flesh receives as unlimited the limits of pleasure, and too, provide it requires unlimited time, but the mind, intellectually grasping what the end and limit of the flesh is, and banishing the terrors of the future, procures a complete and perfect life, and we have no longer any need of unlimited time. Nevertheless, the mind does not shun pleasure, and even when circumstances make death imminent, the mind does not lack enjoyment of the best life. A free life cannot acquire many possessions, because this is not easy to do without servility to mobs or monarchs. When we say that pleasure is the end and aim, we do not mean the pleasures of the prodigal, or the pleasures of sensuality, as we are understood to do by some through ignorance, prejudice, or willful misrepresentation, by pleasure, we mean the absence of pain in the body and of trouble in the soul. We must laugh and philosophize at the same time, and do our household duties and employ our other faculties, and never cease proclaiming the sayings of the true philosophy. It is not the pretended, but the real pursuit of philosophy that is needed, for we do not need the appearance of good health, but to enjoy it in truth. The fool's life is empty of gratitude and full of fears. Its course lies wholly toward the future. We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink. I have never wished to cater to the crowd, for what I know they do not approve, and what they approve I do not know. Misfortune seldom intrudes upon the wise man. His greatest and highest interests are directed by reason throughout the course of life. He who does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Let no one delay the study of philosophy while young, nor weary of it when old. Freedom is the greatest fruit of self-sufficiency. The noble soul occupies itself with wisdom and friendship. Of these, the one is a mortal good, the other immortal. Please like and subscribe my channel. Words are wealth to support me. He who enjoys the simple pleasures is rich without gold. The highest good is like water. It benefits all things and does not compete. It stays in places that people dislike, therefore, it is similar to the Tao. When we are pained by hunger or thirst, we are pleased when we have food and drink, but we ought to be philosophers and not feel this pleasure. There is no such thing as justice in the abstract. It is merely a compact between men in respect of mutual need. Poverty, if cheerfully borne, is happiness. The just man is the happiest man, although the happiest man is not necessarily the just man. We do not strive to achieve true happiness because we are never satisfied. Let no one be slow to seek wisdom when he is young, nor weary in the search of it when he has grown old, for no age is too early or too late for the health of the soul. Of the things that wisdom provides for the blessedness of one's whole life, by far the greatest is the possession of friendship. It is impossible for someone to dispel his fears about the most important matters if he doesn't know the nature of the universe, but he will be able to do so after first learning the nature of the entire cosmos. The cry of the flesh is not to be hungry, thirsty, or cold, for if someone offers it food, drink, or warmth, it never cries out. He who does not regard what he has as ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Death is nothing to us, since when we are, death has not come, and when death has come, we are not. It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. To eat and drink without a friend is to devour like the lion and the wolf. The blessed and indestructible being does not feel bodily pleasure, for it has no feeling, but mind feels the pleasures of mind. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. Thank you for watching Words are Wealth.